Good morning, my dear students. First of all, let me start with an inspirational brief story. Okay, as a same chapter, peer pressure can be positive too. I have told you that if we take the pressures and in a constructive, positive way, it can be a constructive. But if we take these pressures in a negative way, it can lead to our destruction. It can be destructive. Otherwise, slight pressures and positivity, hard work is always a boon for us. Anyways, you might have heard one great legend. That's no, his name was Bruce Lee. Karate, taekwondo. He was totally an amalgamation of all sports categories. You can say he knew judo and all, taekwondo, kung fu, right? So it's about a story between Bruce Lee and his one of his disciple. Bruce Lee, the legendary martial art master, was very particular about one thing. He believed that in order to fulfill our physical potential, we must make 100% effort. So again, one good boon for us as a student, as a learner. Okay, always we have to give our 100%. I have been telling you that no work is small, big, good, bad. Everything is perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, so whatever we do, let it be a job of a cobbler, barber, engineer, doctor. Okay, sweeper. Nothing wrong in that. But we must know, we must give our 100%. You will 100% get the results. Any of the job. Let me tell you one small example. There are not only two professions in the world, doctor and engineer. There are 100,000 crore number of jobs, crore number of portfolios we can acquire. Say example, we have got a if we take up a science, we can be a medical student. If we take up the mathematics, physics and all, we can be an engineering student. Similarly, we have got other subjects also, like home science. If you have a good hold on the home science subject, you can be one of the good hotel management student. You can be a good chef. You can be anything. Okay. Similarly, if we take MBA, we can be good management student. There are n number of professions. So all I want to tell you that there is no job is small or big. It's always good job. Anything you give 100%, you will yield the results. So let me focus on this small inspirational read. That is, he always believed that we must give 100% effort, then we can get everything. He viewed each training session as an opportunity to learn and improve. Okay, he always viewed training sessions. Okay, he always focused on everything, like training and all. So he had a keen eye for the sporting people. He always believed that if we put a training session in a good way, we'll get the good results. And he always believed he had an eye on people who had a special capabilities. Okay, he never allowed his peers or students to either underestimate or compromise their true capabilities. He always believed that these pressures, these negative pressures, he never believed on that. He always believed that these positive pressures, these pays, these should not get underestimate our passion. Okay, these pressures should not destroy our motive, right? Sterling Sylphant, a trainer under Bruce Lee. There was one guy, his name was Sterling Sylphant. He was a trainer, he was working under Bruce Lee, shared an interesting story about Bruce Lee, which embodied this quality of his peers. Bruce made me run up to 3 miles a day, a day at a good pace. We would run 3 miles in a 21 or 22 minutes, just under 8 minutes a mile. So he says he shared one of the interesting inspiration. He said that Bruce Lee made me to run. He used to make him run every day a 3 kilometer, okay, and within the time frame of 20, within within a time frame of 3 miles in a 21 or 22 minutes. That is 8 minutes a mile. If we divide 28 minutes by 3, it's like that. 23 to 3 is 24, 23, 24, 20 minutes like that. One morning he said to me, "We are going to 5 miles a day, 5 miles today." I said, "Bruce, I cannot go 5. I am a lot older than you, and I cannot achieve the target of 5 miles." He said. Means one day he suddenly said, Bruce Lee said to his one of the trainer, Sterling Sluffent, "No, every day we used to go for run around say 20 minutes like that, but today we'll go 3 miles, but today we'll go for another heavy mile, we can get we can go for 5 miles today. 5 miles. That's additional 2 miles." But this trainer said, "No, I cannot. I'm not as old as you. You're younger than me. I cannot. I get tired and all." And but the Bruce Lee was very passionate. He was full of enthusiasm. He said, "I'm when we get three. Sorry, I cannot achieve the target." He said, "When we get 3, we'll shift our gears. We'll change the strategy. It's only 2 more, and you will be able to do it. Just for 2 miles more, we can do it." I said, "Okay, I'll try." When we finished 3 miles, we went into the 4th mile. I was okay for the 3 or 4th minute, and then I really began to give out. I got tired. My heart started pounding. I could not go anymore, and I said, "Bruce, if I run anymore, I'll have a heart attack and I will die." Well, he completed the 3 miles and started the 4th mile, and he felt a little tired. And that trainer says my heart was pounding, and if I could run more, I will die. I'll get a heart attack. He said, "Then die." It made me so mad, and so that I went the full 5 miles. Bruce Lee says that this trainer says with this, when he said, "Okay, if it makes you die, okay, die. There is nothing." So, but with that word, I completed the all 5 miles. After that, I had my shower. I went to talk to him about why do you say that I will die? Okay, he said, because if you always put limits on what you do, physical or anything else, it will spread over into the rest of your life. Say, if you give limitations to your capabilities, to your work, it always become an excuse for you, and you will never achieve good things. So it will spread out. Okay. And there are no limits. There are only plateaus which you must not stay there. You must go beyond them. If it kills you, it kills you. A man must constantly exceed his levels. This is that every day we must. We should not put the limits on this. If you have any these are just plateaus. We must not stay there permanently. We may just halt it and move on, so that it have got a man must constantly exceed his level. We have to grow up in, and if we don't have to give limitations to our capabilities. If we lift these limitations of our goals, surely we're gonna get more achievements. Sterling said, "Had I faced pressure from Bruce Lee, I would have excelled. I would not have excelled." He said that if I have taken that pressure from that Bruce Lee, hadn't I faced pressure from the Bruce Lee? Okay, it means, see, I told you this is a positive pressure. He took in a positive way. If he takes a negative way, it will surely destroy. It will surely get into the failure. So he took that pressure into the positive way. So he excelled and completed that 5 miles race. So, dear friends, it's all about good pressure, okay, and we should not take the pressure surely to our level, so that God forbid it destroys our health, destroys our passion and all. So we should not have such kind of negative pressures. So this is all about peer pressures, positive and negative pressures. So there is one heart-to-heart peer pressures can have a positive as well as negative impact on a person. List out some situations each where peer pressure can be used by us and to make situation advantages and disadvantages. Also discuss the following questions. See, do you compare yourself to the other kids around and take a lot of pressure and to become like them? It's asking us. See, I told you, I am once again telling you, there are two kinds of pressures. One is positive and negative, which can become advantageous and disadvantageous for you respectively. But now there are some situations he is asking that when you see other kids around you, and do you take pressures? Do you compare your with them? Do you take pressures on you? And if yes, or it's around a lot of pressures and like become them, you have to give your answer. How do you feel about this kind of self pressure? When this kind of pressure is there, how do you feel about it? So talk to your friends or siblings and ask them to suggest some good ways of dealing with your peer pressures. So the question is again, you have to discuss with your, if you have got any problem, you have to discuss with your family members, okay? But you don't have to feel that pressure so that one day it bursts up and leads to the very heavy damage which is irreparable. So dear friends, this is one more initiation. Break the stereotype of negative peer pressure and create a healthy atmosphere in your class. Make small groups and have each group develop in a climate of positive peer pressure by doing the following. Study together. When you study together, you get a kind of a team feelings. Studying free of trying something that new seems so risky. Studying of free and trying something new that seems means studying free of trying means you don't have to try anything that's risky and all. Okay, respecting each other. If you like something, if somebody don't like that, you don't have to interfere. You don't have to make him a target or you highlight that issues. If he likes something, you like something, that's different. You have to respect each other. Practicing non-violent behavior. We should never be violent like fighting nature and all. We should never use manhandling and all. We should always solve our issues by talks and all. Discussing how peer pressures can dealt with effectively. We have to discuss with our parents, teachers and all, how can we solve our problems, not to create pressure on us. So one more exercise there, click photograph of two or your friends who were the positive examples of peer pressure. Stick these in your scrapbook, make a photo frame for each of the decorated. Like if you ask me these questions, I will surely have one good friend, Shah Faisal, might have very famous guy who, besides having a lot of peer pressures, how he converted them into the positive pressure and excelled in life. You might have heard his story, so like that you can make it. So this is all about this chapter, and do some exercises like this and read it thoroughly. Surely it going to help you up. And till then, take care and happy Teachers Day.